First witness is Congressman Dave Reichert. He represents Washington's 8th Congressional District. Mr. Reichert, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and also thank you to the members of the committee for inviting me here today. I'm here because this is something that I'm very passionate about, and I'll share a couple stories with you in a moment. But I first want to say that as a member of Congress, I can tell you that many of the programs, of course, that our government runs don't work. I think we all recognize that. As a former chair of the King County Employee Charitable Campaign in Washington, which is King County's version of CFC, I can tell you that the Combined Federal Campaign is one of those programs that we got right. That's why I've continued to participate as a member of Congress. So first I'd like to share some of my history with CFC, and then I'd like to share why I'm concerned about OPM's proposed changes. The CFC has given me the opportunity to donate to causes like the Special Olympics and the Pediatric Interim Care Center in Seattle, Washington. Now, the Pediatric Interim Care Center is a very special place. It's filled with little babies. And those babies are born in surrounding hospitals in the Seattle area. They're born drug addicted. The hospitals don't have the ability to take care of those little babies. And so they're taken to the Pediatric Interim Care Center in Kent. I happen to have been involved as a detective in a case that took 19 years to solve, the Green River serial murder case. One of the victim's daughters, in that case, born as a drug addict baby, was one of the first babies taken into that organization. I wrote a book called Chasing the Devil. All the proceeds from that book through CFC went to a Pediatric Interim Care Center, and I continue to support them today. What a wonderful cause to make sure that our babies have a home. 2 of my grandchildren are adopted from the Pediatric Interim Care Center. One, a meth-addicted baby, the other crack cocaine, heroin addicted baby. As the former chair of the King County Washington Employees Campaign, I saw firsthand the benefits that the CFC and its current structure of local control and support had on our community. I also know what it takes to found a nonprofit, and have approved to be a part of the CFC. So when I was a detective, my partner was shot and killed in the line of duty. We organized a nonprofit organization around him and his family. That organization still exists today. I was the co-founder of that organization, put together the organization. Took a year or more to become a 501c3, met individually at every precinct, 1,100 employees, to gain their support at the personal level with all those other folks that work with the CFC in King County, and finally we became a part of their choices where people could say, I want to give to the Sheriff Fund to help support those families that have lost a loved one in the line of duty, that have been killed in the line of duty. So those are 2 special stories to me. It's why I'm so passionate about this. I have 2 grandkids that are drug-addicted babies. I lost my partner who was shot and killed, and these charities help those families. Why I'm here today and what concerns me is that the Office of Personnel Management has proposed wholesale changes to the regulations governing the Combined Federal Campaign. While I say that these changes are based on a report produced by the CFC 50 Commission, most of the proposed changes were never discussed in the hearings leading up to the report or even mentioned in the report's final text. The 2 proposed regulations that concern me the most are OPM's plans to replace a local volunteer campaign structure with a centralized Washington, D.C. campaign. The new structure would be managed centrally by OPM, and the volunteer local federal coordinating committees that have successfully conducted the campaigns for decades will be eliminated. OPM would have exclusive control in establishing each region. I believe that removing local control over campaign administration will alienate donors in smaller communities by making them think that they're just giving their hard-earned dollars away to a bureaucracy in Washington, D.C. OPM further proposes to eliminate local operation of the campaigns through the establishment of central campaign administrators. This seems impractical and unwise and will only add to the federal workforce and remove the campaign from the enthusiasm of local federal agencies and staff. I am also concerned about the proposed non-refundable charity application fee. This could have the unintended consequences of causing smaller, more local charities to leave CFC. In my experience, these changes, taking away local control and operation, would take away the attributes that make the CFC so successful. The fact that local people know that they are giving to a locally administered campaign benefiting local charities, helping local people. Ultimately, my concern is that these changes would result in fewer CFC participants and donations. In these times of need, these charities cannot afford fewer donations. I thank you again for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. As is normal procedure of this